Those are the ones I'm talking about. And I guess those are the ones that interest me most because there's a powerful mystical tradition there, which we find today in Kabbalah. When I went to the Orthodox Jewish seminary in Brooklyn to speak to the biblical scholars about the Gospel of Thomas, they immediately recognized its affinity with the Hebrew Bible and also with Jewish mysticism. So I guess those are the texts I favor, and I tend to speak about those. If you look among all the collection of 50 texts, you can find some that are pretty weird, I admit that.
Yeah, and there are texts like, for instance, the Gospel of Judas, which, as far as I know, wasn't part of the Nag Hammadi library, but is another one of these non-canonical Christian Gospels that focuses on Judas as the person with the secret knowledge, and it is this secret knowledge idea that sort of goes throughout these texts. And I mean, I have the text here, and when you read it, and it begins, this Gospel of Judas, with Jesus coming across his disciples praying. They're praying over some bread. He laughed. The disciples said to him, "Master, why are you laughing at our prayer? What have we done? This is what's right." And Jesus answered them and says, "I'm not laughing at you. You're not doing this because you want to, but because through this your God will be praised." And they said, "Master, you are the Son of God." And he says, How do you know me? Truly I say to you, no generation of the people among you will know me." So you've got this idea of Jesus saying, well, you're praying to your God, which is already quite strange. And then famously, he sort of pulls Judas aside, and he takes Judas away from the rest of the disciples, and sort of says, do you know who I am? And Judas says to him, "I know who you are and where you've come from. You've come from the immortal realm of Barbello, and I'm not worthy to utter the name of the one who sent you." And Jesus seems to condone this and essentially say that he's correct. And because of this secret knowledge, Judas is given this special task of betraying Jesus, at least in the public eye. But I mean, reading that, I'm like, okay, so you've got the disciples praying and Jesus saying, "Oh, you're worshipping your God there." Judas coming aside and saying, "Oh, I know you're from the realm of Barbello," which stunned me when I first read it. A text like this is seemingly painting a totally different picture, right?
I would actually, myself, I would prefer not to comment on that. I wrote a book about it with Karen King. It's not, I don't like the text. I don't think it's worth very much.